Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. We are from Group T. We'll be presenting about cargo operation management assignment. So before we start, we will introduce ourselves first. So my name is Pai Kilikram bin Jafar and my student ID is 122010397 4.
Hi, my name is Nur Aza Fazila binti Abdul Rahman and my student ID is 12201039992.
Hi, my name is Olivia Hirujurani.
And my student ID is 122-010-4012.
Hi, my name is Farah Sheila bint Amjani, and my student ID is 122-010-4010.
My name is Siti Nashala binti Sinadi, and my ID number is 122-010-3944.
Okay, this is the table of content from our cargo operation management assignment. So the first one is type of packaging. After that, type of crane, and 9 classes of dangerous good classification, duties of junior cargo officer, and the last one is cargo storage plan. For the first topic, I will pass to my friend that is Parashika binti Amjarani.
Okay, so I will continue presenting about the type of packing. Type of packing is the process to prepare goods or materials for transport, and is using packaging materials and methods to protect the cargo from damage during transportation and to prevent the loss or theft of cargo. So there's a type of cargo packaging depending on the types of goods transport. There's 3 types of packing. First is wooden crates, steel drums, and bagged cargo. The first one is wooden crate, which is most popular types of cargo packaging that made of high quality wood such as oak or mahogany, and is to transport a variety of goods, including heavy machinery, electronics, and even art. The advantage of these packaging materials is strong and can protect your goods, quite light, which can make it easy to move around and can be stacked on top of each other. So the disadvantage is expensive, not easy to find, and also transporting fragile items. You must take them carefully to prevent damage. Next type packaging is steel drums, that is store and transport various materials and made of steel that is formed into a cylindrical shape and then welded shut. It comes with varying size and usually have a capacity of 55 gallons. The use of these steel drums is including storing and transporting oil, chemicals, and other liquids, also to store and transport foods such as flour or sugar. So the advantage of these steel drums is compact and durable that can withstand the rigors of shipping and handling. Also can be stacked so that it can be stored and transported efficiently and easy to clean and maintain so that it can be reused multiple times, leading to more sustainability in the supply chain. The last material types of packaging is baked cargo that is often used for smaller items that need to be protected, and is placed in a container with other types of cargo such as boats or freight. It is often shipped by truck, train, or plane. This bag only holds the contents in place and not offer any protection from harm from the outside world. So the example goods that using this bag cargo is fertilizers, grains such as rice, corn, or wheat. Also seed, dry fruits, sugar, coconuts, coffee, fresh fruit, and vegetables. Moreover, it also is used by floor or copper also, and small objects such as shell and resin. So the conclusion of my part is this agent in the logistics industry. It helps protect the cargo from damage during transportation and prevent the loss or theft of cargo packaging. So the types of packaging such as wooden crates, steel drums, and bag cargo are all common types. So the owner of the goods can choose the packaging suitable according to the type of their goods. So that's all from me.
So I will explain about type of crane. A crane is one of the heavy vehicles that work to lift and then move them items in one place. Then lower the item in the next place. Goods lifted by crane are heavy goods found in building construction project, port, industrial field, and warehouse. Crane is also a machine that operates with an oil or hydraulic system with the hub of a system or pneumatic or air. Therefore, different types of cranes can be found in any construction project, each specializing in its own particular task. There are several types of crane that are suitable for their working method as well as the location where the crane is suitable for use. So this is the type of crane: crawler crane, hydraulic crane, truck crane, tower crane, floating crane, and telescopic crane. The first one is crawler crane. The crane crawler is a track vehicle. The crawler is built on an underground car mounted with a pair of rubber although this limits the turning capacity of the crawler. The track allows for use on soft ground and sites with limited elevation without sinking. In addition, this crawler crane is also a construction tool that is capable of lifting heavy goods at the same time as having a transport range. Uses chain wheel to mobilize when used even on various terrains. This crane also used. However, crawlers are best used for long-term projects because of their large size, special setup, and need to be transported from site to site. The second one is hydraulic crane. A hydraulic crane is a type of heavy-duty crane for lifting large items. These hydraulic cranes include an internal hydraulic system that enables the crane to lift heavier loads. In addition, this crane hydraulic is also particularly used in workshop and warehouse because it has a simple structure. This crane usually not too long and the rotation is only 118 degrees. Due to hydraulic cranes, modest size and power, all operators must undergo formal safety training to reduce the risk of accident. This is because in order to avoid danger occurring at the workplace and maintain the safety of the people around. Next is tower crane. A tower crane is also a type of crane used in building construction projects, especially in constructing a tall building. A tower crane is a beautiful machine that offers amazing lifting capacity. Because it is 70 long to 18 to more than 10 because it is 70 to long 80 meters in size and capable of lifting heavy material up to more than 20 tons. Tower crane have a jib extending horizontally from the most of the tower section, which is set on concert footing. The laughing jib is able to move up and down, while the fixed jib has an operational dolly that moves the material horizontally. Not only that, the tower crane is so tall and large shape, making tower cranes take a lot of time just for installation. Many parts must be installed separately. However, this tower crane is capable of lifting heavy material and it's also an important tool when building tall buildings. Moreover, a crane truck is a crane attached to truck and has the flexibility to move the goods to be transferred. This crane is different from the tower crane, which is only at the location of the anchorage, and this truck can be taken directly to the location of the construction project without using transportation such as a trailer. This crane also mass installation on this type of crane can be done while operating and can rotate up to 616 degrees. Okay, sorry, 316 degrees. And the load weight that can be lifted by a cold diesel type crane truck is 3 tons and for the Fuso type around 5 or 8 tons. Floating crane. A floating crane ship that is used for project at sea. It helps construction project of beach, port and oil rig development. And the advantage is very large transport capacity of more than 900,000 tons and it is also capacity sunken ship or transporting a ship cargo. And type of floating crane such as Sherlock and semi-submersible. And last but not least, a telescopic crane is a crane equipped with a boom arm that is equipped with a hydraulic cylinder that allows the crane to change length like a telescope. This telescopic crane also comes in several different categories. In addition, these cranes are categorized by equipment setup or specific characteristics such as capacity, number of units, and number of engines. Due to the unique nature of the boom on his crane, it can be adapted to various situations such as short-term construction work and some rescue operation during natural disaster or the not only that, telescopic cranes are also commonly used to build oil platforms offshore and in rescue operations such as raising shipwreck. In conclusion, each of these existing crane has its own advantage and disadvantage. These cranes also come in many different shapes, sizes, and types. All construction jobs require the movement of heavy material in order to make it easier to complete the project.
Hi guys, the next topic is the 9 classes of dangerous goods classification. Okay. Okay, hazardous goods are substances that have dangerous properties if not adequately controlled, and it is pose a potential danger to human health and safety, infrastructure, and so on. And then transport of dangerous goods is regulated by various regulatory regimes operating at national and international level. And then the popular regulatory frameworks for the transport of dangerous goods are the United Nations recommendation on the spot of dangerous goods and the International Maritime Dangerous Goods, which is IMO code. And then these regulatory regimes mandates how dangerous goods are handled, packaged, labeled, and transported safely and securely. And then classification of dangerous goods is divided into 9 classes, which is the first one is explosive, second is gas, flammable liquids, and flammable solids, oxidizers, toxic substance, radioactive, corrosive, and miscellaneous dangerous goods. And the first one is explosive. Explosive, which means the item is easy to explode. So the define is substance of item that can burn or explode quickly as a result of a chemical reaction. And then it is capable of chemical reaction, producing gas at temperature, pressure, and speed. And it is can cause catastrophic damage through force or produce harmful amount of heat, light, noise, gas, and smoke. The example of explosive item is bullets, fireworks, flares, explosive, fuse, primers, airbag, and so on. Next, which is gas. It is defined by dangerous goods regulation as a substance that has a vapor pressure of 300 kPa or greater at 50 Celsius or that is completely gaseous at 20 Celsius at atmosphere pressure. And the example is the class includes compressed gas, liquefied gas, dissolved gas, refrigerated liquefied gas, and so on. And it is capable of posing a serious hazard due to its flammability, potential for absorption, ability to oxidize, or toxicity or corrosiveness to humans. And then next, which is flammable liquids. It is defined by danger goods regulation as the liquid. So it is mixture of liquids or liquids containing solids in solution giving off flammable vapors at temperature not exceeding 60 to 65 Celsius. And then next is flammable solids. which is substance under the condition encountered in transport. And it also can cause fire through friction and self-reactive substance that can undergo strong exothermic reaction. For example, of flammable solid is alkali metal, metal powder, aluminium phosphide, and so on. And then the next one is oxidizers, which is defined by danger goods regulation as substance that can cause or contribute to combustion. The example of the example of oxidizer is chemical oxygen generators, ammonium nitrate, fertilizer, and so on. And the next is toxic substance. Toxic substance can cause death or serious injury or endanger human health if swallowed, inhaled, or through skin contact. It is infection substance known as reasonable expected to contain pathogen. And the example of toxic substance is medical waste, clinical waste, and biological culture. And the next, which is radioactive. Radioactive is a dangerous good. Regulation define radioactive material as it is any material containing a radionuclide where both the activity concentration and the amount of activity exceed a predetermined value. For example of radioactive, which is radioactive ores, medical isotopes, yellow cakes, and so on. And the next one is corrosive. A substance that undergoes chemical action that destroy other substance when it comes into contact. It is also corrosive materials cause several damage when it contact with surrounding materials and destroy them. And the example of corrosive, which is acid solution, batteries, battery fluid, fuel cell cartridge, and so on. And last but not least, miscellaneous dangerous goods. There are materials and goods that during transportation pose a danger or hazard that is not covered by other classes. So it is various dangerous goods pose various potential danger to human health and safety, and also infrastructure. For example of these classes goods, polystyrene bricks, ammonium nitrate, lithium-ion batteries, and so on. So the conclusion, danger goods are classified according to their immediate physical or chemical effects, including fire or explosion. And then hazardous substances are different because they are classified based on only on health effect. So dangerous goods and the dangerous substance are covered by separate laws. And then the regulation for hazardous substance need to be prioritized to control dangerous risks. And prohibited goods that do not follow the procedure will be detained by custom immediately. And then you cannot import or export prohibited items because they have been banned for reasons related to health, environment, safety, and registration. And also cannot import or export prohibited items because they have been banned for reasons related to health, environment, and like before. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so now I will continue with my part, which is the duties of junior cargo officers before, during, and after the cargo operations for dry cargo vessels. Next. Okay, so before I talk about the duty, I will explain about the cargo operations. So the example of cargo operation is stevedoring and terminal operator operations, reporting goods to the appropriate custom authorities and documentation. So stevedoring is the act of loading or unloading, like the pictures that have shown. Okay, so to make it simple, cargo operation is whatever activities that involve cargo and passengers. So it is really important to prevent loss of life, loss of property, loss of money, and damage to the cargo when transporting products by anywhere, like land, air, or sea. So because of that, because cargo operation is important, cargo officer was created for the handling and safe storage of all cargo loaded. And not only that, junior cargo officer will always assist the cargo officer in doing some tasks like cargo loading, lashing, stability, and many more. So next. Okay, so duties of junior cargo officer divided by 3, which is the before, during, and after cargo operations. Next. Okay, first. Okay, so the duties of junior cargo officer before cargo operations, there are a lot, but I'll make it simple so you can just read it. Junior cargo officer need to make sure the place is tidy and prepared to receive cargo. But not only that, the place need to be always dry. Or if there's a slippery place, you need to put some signage to make sure the employees aware of the environment. And then verify the drainage, pattern, and bulk sections are functioning properly. And then we need to inspect the derrick and the crans to ensure that it is properly rigged. But not only that, the hatches, all the lifting equipment need to be always in a good conditions. And hatch cover or hatch, which you can see at the first pictures, need to be always inspected. And we need to make sure that the hatch is weather tight and watertight to make sure the cargo is good. And then the lighting must be sufficient and proper. And junior cargo officer need to check all the entrances. The compartment is secure. The gangway, guardrails, safety barriers, and firefighting arrangement need to be always in the place. And the mooring of a ship is start. And okay, before cargo operations, we need to instruct the engineers to supply deck winches with power, so everything will functioning. Okay, and then the last duties for before cargo operation is observe the draughts or draft. Draughts is in the British and draft is in America of the fore and aft stern. So you can see it at the picture. Okay, next. Okay, so I will continue with the during the cargo operations. Junior cargo officer need to reject any damaged cargo. Okay, but the junior cargo officer need to notify the chief officer for these 3 things. Then the damaged cargo in order to load big loads and any damage to the ship or cargo handling equipment. So junior cargo officer need to notify the chief officer. So, and next, keeping track of how cargo parcels are moved into their designated compartments for entry on the storage plane. And then every vehicle is properly then edged, separated, and secured. And junior cargo officer also need to ensure that any potentially hazardous or dangerous cargo are stored according to their IMDG code, like my previous friends already explained. And then they also need to prevent any pollution from happening and add up all fishes and unique cargos and give any lockout store that is needed. Next. Not only that, I will continue with the during cargo operations. Junior cargo officer need to always look and watch the weather conditions and fire safety precautions, passengers' luggage need to always be watched and inspected. After that, the inspections of the compartment and transit warehouse at regular intervals also important, and keep a close eye on all cargo packages to guard against thief. After that, emergency assistance is provided and records the accident. So if any accident happen, we need to record the accident and inform the officer, the cargo officer. And then examine the area following discharge operations. After that, local laws are followed. Every local laws are followed. And pay attention to the droughts, like I already told. And then record all cargo operations, starting and ending times in the logbook for future reference. Next. Okay, so this is the last, which is after cargo operations. First of all, junior cargo officer need to close the hatches. Like I already told, the hatches is the cover, anything that covered. Okay, and then they also need to lock and secure all the access points, inspect and monitor every area on the ships so that they can identify if any damages occur within the ship. After that, ensure that all the equipment is in a good condition and already in its own place. After that, turn off all the power of the deck winches. Deck winches is this blue thing in this picture because before we do the cargo operations, we turn on that thing, but after we need to turn off back that thing. Then we need to secure all lifting equipment to prevent misuse or potential damage. After that, insert the working nuts from the deck into the deck logbook. The deck logbook is the second picture behind the deck winches. And lastly, notify the chief officer of the present droughts and that the deck is secure for other cargo operations. That's all. Next presenter.
Hello everyone. So I will be presenting about cargo storage plan. Next. Okay, cargo storage plan have 6 elements in it, which is storage plan, free storage plan, ship's rotation, weight distribution, cargo compatibility, safety as per IMDG code. Next. So the first one is cargo storage plan. Cargo storage plan is to prepare a plan of how cargo is loaded and stored in a container ship. It shows the distribution and disposal of all cargo packages on the board the ship. This usually formulated from the deck officer workbook. It will be dangerous cargo that rich with sunlight need to be stored and should be loaded in a different suitable section. Next. Next. So the next one is free storage plan. Pre-storage plan contain relevant information about cargo quantities and wise distribution. It presents a preloading plan to the ship officer and responsible to entering cargo data. It requires criteria regarding stack, weight, trim, stability, feasibility limit, segregation of DG cargo, and the requirement. Also proficient with the correct procedure. Next is ship rotation. Ship rotation concerned with the problem of providing rotation for ship at several terminals. The vessel operator and the terminal operator also communicate with each other. Ship rotation determined by three rotation angle called by Euler angle. The spin axis when each successive rotation is applied using the appropriate axis from the intermediate frame defined by the previous rotation. Origin axis when each consecutive rotation is applied using the appropriate axis from the starting frame. Determine the initial values of the primary rotation angle, and these are called initial heel, cut, and heading. RAO displacement and harmonic motion, they are called roll, pitch, and yaw. Next. After that is weight distribution. Weight distribution should be stored on the deck or below the ship deck. This will give a good stability to ship. The creation of correct weight of the container is important. Each chamber is designed maximum stack weight limit, so it must be adhered to avoid damage. Below deck, all slots must be occupied and storage planning must be done from the bottom up. Next. Other than that is cargo combability. The good must be together when the packing the container to keep the relation between the transport property of the product. It must be taken into the account because neglecting them can lead to deterioration and damage of quality. Items may reach with each other and possibility with the environment. Last but not least is safety as per IMDG code. IMDG stands for International Maritime Dangerous Goods Code. This code regulates the carriage of the dangerous good by the sea to prevent any injury to the person or damage to the ship and the cargo. The transport of the marine pollution is mainly regulated to avoid any harm of the marine environment. It is required special care due to the nationally dangerous nature of the shipment and applicable transport regulation. They may need to isolate certain material, substance, or article from other goods that may contribute for any hazard. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you for listening our video, and I hope you guys have learned something from this video. And me as a group leader, I want to say sorry if there have any mistake in my video. So have a nice day and goodbye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye. Okay.
Bye.